Okay, so we are diving in to talk about includers, kids and adults who are includers. And what does that mean? An includer is somebody who is like the welcome wagon. They invite people in, they go out of their way to bring people in, to include them, to join in. So there's different kinds of kindness, right? Being friendly and being sweet and giving compliments, that's like a quiet kind of kindness, and that's fantastic. And then there's standing up for others. No, you can't treat her that way. That's loud kindness, and that's fantastic in a very different way, right? And then there's those showy acts of kindness, the random acts of kindness, where it's big and loud. Then there's something called bold, amazing kindness, and that is what being an includer is. Being an includer is the most incredible kind of kindness because you are pausing what you're doing, you're going out of your way to make somebody else feel welcomed and to join in. And when we teach our kids to be includers, this is so powerful for our lonely kids, or the new kid, or the shy kids, the quieter kids, or the anxious kids, or the introverted kids, or the bullied kids. So this is a powerful, powerful thing to teach our students because it helps so many of our other students. So think for a second, have you ever been in a crowded room and felt totally alone? And yet you're physically next to tons of people, but you are alone because you don't have somebody to talk to. You don't have somebody to sit next to. You don't know where to go or who to make small talk with or what to do with your hands. And all of a sudden, maybe it's just me, the introvert, it can feel very lonely in a very crowded space. So on our playgrounds that is full of kids and full of laughter and full of playing, some of our students, many of our students, feel alone. They feel lonely, they feel left out. On accident, maybe on purpose, they feel alone. And so teaching our other students, those extroverted kids or those kids who are friendly, who already have this gift in them to just give their kindness out to the world, we're teaching them to include others because it's going to help then all of these other people feel less lonely and feel less alone. So here's how we do this. It's really only 3 parts. The first thing is actually the hardest part, and it's pausing. It's pausing whatever it is that you're doing and paying attention around you. So for our kids who are me focused and centered, they're like, I just want kickball. And they run to the kickball and they're playing their best game of their life, but they have not noticed that there's somebody sitting or standing there watching the game who would love to play, but doesn't know how to ask or doesn't know which team to go on or doesn't have the confidence to say, I want to play too, right? So pausing what you're doing, paying attention to the world around you. So then number 2 is actively looking for people who want to join in, or maybe who are lonely, or maybe who are sitting by themselves. So if you have a buddy bench at school, teaching your students how to then, if you see somebody sitting on the buddy bench, you go over and invite them to join you. You don't just see them sitting there and just see them. Oh, look, they need a friend. No, you have to then go and get them. You pause your game. Hang on, we're gonna, take a second on the basketball game. I'm gonna go grab him, see if he wants to play basketball, right? So going out of your way, seeing if there's somebody sitting off to the side. Hey, come on over and join us. Teaching kids how to do this is a huge skill because some students will never feel confident to say, hey, can I sit with you? Or hey, can I join in? They need the invitation, just that one invitation. And then after that, their confidence soars. Then they're like, hey, I'm gonna play with you. I can't wait for next recess, or I can't wait for after school. The kid sitting off to the side watching, the girl sitting by herself, the boy sitting at the library by him, inviting people to join in. And so then that's the third step is to invite them to join in, to sit with you, to play with you, to partner with you, asking them how to do this, connecting in meaningful ways. You don't have to become best friends, right? They don't have to be your best friend. A girl can ask a boy can ask a girl. You could ask somebody in a different grade. You can ask somebody you've never met before, hey, come play with us. It doesn't have to be this lifelong connection. We're not talking about those good, solid, true friendships. It could be the start of that. You never know, but this is just an extension of being friendly, including and inviting other people in. And I've seen so many groups of kids who are playing a game and one kid is on the outside. If they just paused, hey, come play with us. Super simple. So powerful for that kid who's sitting on the outside who's like, why aren't they letting me play? I wish I could play. I don't feel like I can play. I don't know how to ask if I can play. I guess I'll just sit here and watch. It invites them and it pulls them in. But this is a learned skill, just like all things. So we have to teach them to do this. We have to give them the words. Practice, come sit with me. Do you want to play? Do you want to be my partner? And we can ask them, who did you include today at recess? Who did you include today at lunch? Who did you invite? I've pulled aside certain students who said, hey, can you make sure that, the new boy, the new girl feels included at recess, and actively invite her to come and sit with you. Actively ask him to play with you, right? Partner with this, ask if you can partner with him, please. Like we can encourage that, heavily encourage it. To make it a little bit more fun, we can also do something called Includer Bingo, and I will give this to you, where you write down, the kids write down their classmates' names, not their friends' names, classmates' names that they don't know very well, and then we challenge them as they're heading out the door, include one person off of your Includer Bingo list today. Ask them to sit with you. Maybe they say no or no thank you, or they're already sitting somewhere else, that's okay, but invite them to join. Find somebody who's by themselves or not playing, invite them to join in, and then 5 in a row wins. Or you could do the X, or you could do blackout. So turning it into a game, gamifying it, can make it more enjoyable for our students. Now for our teens and our tweens, this tends to come down to more of nuanced things and body language. So tweens tend to box themselves out. I just watched a group of tweens do this. It was actually my son and all of his friends, and my son's best friend was on the outside, but everybody else was huddled in looking at something. And I just tapped my son, pause, look around you. Do you notice something? Do you see something? Just look up, pay attention to something other than your little this. Oh, your friend is right behind you. Turn your body. Hey, come on in. Put your arm around, push him forward, grab his arm, pull him in. Just open up space, physically move your body this way so that he has space to come in and see too. Because his friend was really introverted and would never say something, would never ask to join in. My son then had to pause, turn, look, and bring him back in. So that boxing out body language can really kind of box people out. So teaching them to just be paying attention, look around you. When they're in a group, inside jokes with 4 people, that 5th person doesn't know the inside joke. So explain the joke or save the joke for when it is just those people. Social media can play a tricky thing in this. So when 4 friends get together and they post a picture and yay, look at us, we're amazing, we had so much fun at our party. Everybody else is seeing who was not invited, who was not included. So take the picture, have fun, but think before you post. Is this going to hurt someone's feelings? Did somebody get left out? Or you could just write, we missed everybody who couldn't make us, we'll see you next time. It can be something so simple, right? It doesn't have to be this we're in and you're out business. So we can include other people. So thinking before we post on social media, or getting rid of social media altogether would be amazing for our middle schoolers, to make it so that people feel included. Again, that goes with the whispers, right? Because everybody just assumes that self-confidence is lacking, especially in our tweens and our teens as they're getting older and they're dealing with some bigger stuff. Oh my gosh, they must be talking about me. Oh my gosh, they're whispering. Oh my goodness. So we bring people in by not whispering. And so including people into the conversation. Oh, you weren't there, but listen, this is what happened. Or, oh my gosh, introducing people. You guys haven't met, but you guys both love X, Y, and Z. Or you guys haven't met yet? Oh my goodness, this is so-and-so, and you guys should come sit and join us. Teaching kids how to do this. Teach them how to introduce somebody. Hi, my name is so-and-so, or this is my friend, John. And then connect. You guys both love basketball. You guys should meet. Teach them how to shake hands and introduce each other. Walk them through how to do this to include other people. For our younger kids, another tricky area with being includer is being a partner. So when we say, hey, partner up or find a partner, this is super scary for our introverted kids, our new kids, our lonely kids, our shy kids, our anxious kids, and our bullied kids. So when we can assign the partners, but sometimes it is good to kind of stretch our kids. But what I've always taught my students is there's only 2 answers. If somebody is brave enough to say, will you be my partner? Because that's brave, that's asking, that's putting yourself out there. There's only 2 acceptable answers. Yes, of course. Even if you really wanted to partner with your best friend, if they ask you first, you say yes, of course. Or, I'm so sorry, I've already got a partner, and the partner, you've already agreed to it. And the last thing that I do is that last kiddo, if it's an odd number of kids and it feels so lonely to be left out, we make a big deal. Woo woo, you're the last one. You get to choose any group you want to be a part of. Pick your truddy, pick your group. You get to pick. You've got the power and the control. So it gives them, then they can go be with the group that they feel most comfortable in. Or I will pre-partner up my students that I know are struggling to do this. So if I know that I have an anxious child or a painfully introverted child who will not ask and does not want to approach another student, I will pre-partner certain kids up so that they feel comfortable. so that they feel included right from the get-go. And then, or maybe asking my certain very kind, extroverted students to purposefully go and partner with kiddos that maybe they don't know yet, but we think that they would be a good match for the academics or for friendship or whatever. So again, as we're moving forward, especially with this inclusion stuff, including people, here is my big disclaimer. They do not need to be friends with everyone. They do not. I know that goes against everything that preschool teaches. They do not need to include people that make them feel uncomfortable or make them feel unsafe, people who tease them or belittle them. This goes back to that victim shaming. People who've been bullied do not need to include their bullier. Like, they just do not. They do not need to approach them, spend time with them, partner with them. We do not need to make amends. We do not need to fix it. That falls into that victim shaming and putting them in very unsafe, very uncomfortable situations. So we want them to feel safe. This is not about that. This is about including the new kid that you've never met before, or the girl who looks really nice, but you don't know her name. Invite her into the group. And P.S., for all of us adults, this is true for us as well. Teachers were so bad at it. Women were so bad at this. Invite other women, invite colleagues to join your group. When you're sitting at the lunch table, invite somebody over to join you. This goes back to that modeling. Invite the new teacher over, invite her to join your mango margarita party on paydays. Invite people in that you feel comfortable. You do not need to, of course, just like our kids, invite people that make you feel unsafe or uncomfortable, or just are not going to jive with you. But it's about that overall inclusion and welcoming people and being an includer. All right, I will see you in the next video where we're going to talk about sharing versus turn taking, another huge part of peer interactions and peer relationships, and why this is so important for our students. I'll see you in there.